So today is such an exciting day for me because I get to share a very inspirational story with you. I'm not sure if you've seen on my social media accounts, but I've been doing some exciting work with Standard Bank regarding their repositioning from moving forward to it can be. So Standard Bank believes that that there is beauty in dreams, and that dreams are so important because they fuel our growth. And I couldn't agree more with them. One of my favorite quotes is a quote by Eleanor Roosevelt: "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." And today, in collaboration with Standard Bank, I get to share a beautiful dream story with you. I'm going to be able to ask Dr. Pam Sitoli a few questions and get her to inspire you with her story. So as part of my master's degree in philosophy and management coaching, I've done so much research on what really inspires people and what enables people to have self-confidence in their own ability to reach their dreams. And one of these things is actually knowing, one, that you're not alone, and also looking up to someone who have overcome certain challenges that you might be facing, and to also know that it is possible, that it can be. So today, I really hope that this story will be able to entice you to never give up on your dreams. So to give you a little bit of background on Dr. Pam Sitoli, but Dr. Pam Sitoli is only 25 years old, and she has such a beautiful story. She went from being a domestic worker at the age of 14 to becoming a medical doctor. Now, this is the epitome of not giving up on your dreams and always believing that it can be. She went from juggling various different jobs for 6 years long to be able to live and to reach her medical goal and her medical dream. So I have a few burning questions I want to ask you, Pam. And I'm sure that all of the people watching you today would love to hear your story. And I'm so excited about that. How are you feeling?
Oh man, it feels great. Hey, thank you so much for having me as well. Yeah, absolutely beautiful to be here.
Okay, so my first question is, how does it feel to kind of sit where you are now and look back and realizing that you've actually reached a dream you've had when you were merely 15 years old?
Oh man, I think the word is fulfillment. It's a very fulfilling feeling to have certain dreams as a young girl, coming from a very humble background, and then to be at this point where you can say that you have achieved your dreams, you are where you want to be. And it's more of a privilege, really, to be where I am today, to be doing the work of being a medical doctor and constantly being in a space of being able to inspire people as well. I think it's absolutely amazing.
Wow, and you really are such an inspiration. Really,
Oh,
I
thank
can't
you.
get over the fact that you are where you are now, despite whatever happened to you, where you started. And I think it's such a beautiful testimony to believe in your dreams and never stop reaching towards them. Okay, so my next question is, so we all know you are now a medical doctor. You've reached this amazing dream of yours. Tell us a little bit more about the journey. What happened? What inspired you? Just a little bit about the journey of being where you are now.
So I've always been very active in school, from primary school days, high school. I've always been part of various organizations and groups as a change maker myself. And I reached a point where I had to ask myself, what is it that I can continue to do, in order for me to be that change that I want to see in the world? So I felt like medicine was the best place, because every day we have that opportunity to change the lives of people. You may or may not have them say thank you to you, but you know that you've done something good for them, and you know that you can go to sleep knowing that you've made a difference every day. It's a decision that I made at a young age, really, but I thought that what else could possibly encompass my heart and my passion for people, my passion for medicine, really. And yes, becoming a doctor was it. And at the time, I mean, I was young, and maybe I think you don't really quite know what it's like to be a doctor until you become one. I'm sure you know, but it's still quite a fulfilling job to be in. And even though you make that decision with not so much of insights about the job, but I'm quite happy to be here. It's been a long journey, 6 years medical school, and then I just finished 2 years of internship. Now I'm currently doing my community service at Leredong Hospital. Yeah.
Wow. What do you think was that one thing? I know that it's so hard to kind of, you know, you have this dream, you have this goal, and sometimes it's hard to be able to just move on, take one step at a time, just keep on doing it, because it's a hard, long journey on the way to becoming a doctor. What do you think kept you motivated?
Sure. I think there are a lot of things. Hey, it's the fact of wanting or knowing where you want to be, knowing that you have a certain vision, and having a vision particularly is very important. And then waking up every day to make sure that you achieve that vision. And sometimes we as people, we tend to not appreciate even those little steps, but they're very important for you to get where you want to go. And it was as simple as that, really. And just pushing and going forward, had the support of family, had the support of friends, that support structure, and being able to know this is where I want to be, and this is how I'm going to get there. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, guys, I think that there's amazing truths in what Pam just mentioned. And what I heard was, first of all, to kind of know your why. And your why was so beautiful, knowing that you wanted to make a change in someone else's life. And that basically motivated you to just keep on doing it. Doesn't matter how hard it gets. And the second thing you mentioned was to celebrate the small wins.
Yes.
I know that it's so difficult. You can't really build on success that you don't acknowledge. So celebrating those small wins on the way to the top. And then you've mentioned your support system, your support structure. I think in a time like that we are in now, we realized how important it really is for us to use our support systems and to surround ourselves with the people that actually support us and believe in the beauty of our dreams with us. So wow, that was amazing. Thank you for that insights and those learnings. What do you think was your most inspiring experience during this journey? Can you think of something that kind of make you feel, oh wow, okay, this is such an inspiring moment, and it kind of pours the oil on my flame of reaching my goal?
Oh wow. The point when I graduated in 2017, and the story came out that I was actually working as a domestic worker. It was interesting because for me, it was normal, right? I had been doing it for a very long time, and my friends knew that I was doing it, and they were fine with it, and they had adjusted to me being a domestic worker and a medical student at the same time. But when the rest of the world heard my story, they were like, no, man, we have to meet this greatness, and you sort of take one step back, and are they talking about me, and you realize that for me, it may have been something that was ordinary. It may have been something that I just did and woke up to do every day, juggling my studies while I was working. But to someone else, it was a story of inspiration. It was a story of someone rising from the ashes almost, So I took away from it that everybody has something to give to the world. Even if you look at it and it seems very ordinary, very everyday to you. You know, even our jobs as doctors, it's ordinary for us. That gunshot that comes in, you know, though those diabetic patients who are in comas that come in, it's ordinary, it's every day. We do it all the time. But for someone else to listen to that story, to hear what you do every day, to see you do it, you know, and to just get to know how you did it every day, it's an inspiration. So that moment when I graduated and everybody heard the news and went crazy, I think has got to be one of the biggest and most inspiring times of my life. Yeah.
Sure. So there where you were, you know, kind of just doing your thing. This is ordinary for me. Yes, I'm a medical student. Yes, I'm a domestic worker, but this is what I have to do. Kind of
Absolutely.
turned into this beautiful inspirational story, and you never even knew that you were such an inspiration.
Exactly. Like I,
And I
I had,
think
I
it's
had
such
no
an
idea.
yes, it's such an eye opener to each and every one of us watching, knowing that you have a story and you can be an inspiration to anyone. So, yes, it can be. Just share your story.
Standard Bank. It can be. Standard Bank is an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.